Welcome back to the channel. Now today I thought we'd do a bit of a car fleet reveal. No, we do not have a bunch of supercars. We've got a bunch of substandard, ordinary, everyday cars. And as I was packing them up in the shed on the weekend, they just kept coming. And it just got me thinking, I wonder how many cars we actually have. So I counted them all out and we actually have 13, maybe 14 cars. Now it never meant to be this way. I don't know how we got here, but here we are. So I thought today we'd go through and have a look at exactly what cars we have here and what we plan to do with all these things. Car number one, the Nissan Patrol. So this is my wife's car, the daily driver, the school runner, V8. It's an absolute weapon. Rarely do I get to drive it. She uses it for the kids' sport, obviously. It's a good, strong, solid car. I love it. It chews a lot of fuel. She spends about $250 a week, I think, but you don't buy a V8 and whinge about fuel. So I think we'll have that car for a couple of years. It ticks a lot of boxes, that car. Next up, the MG, two busted wheels. This is the car on the Turo fleet that got hit by the Kangaroo, and more to come on that one. And whilst we're at home, the trusty steed, the mighty Hilux. Now you'd think if you're in a tyre mechanical shop, your own tyres would be in better condition, but they're not. This is my daily driver, the beast, 3-seater, so the boys can fit in there as well. Now I certainly never intended to have 13 cars, but here we are. I initially just had the Patrol and my Hilux, and then we started hiring cars out on the Turo platform with the LDVs. And then from there we started this channel, and then we started buying some cars that we could flip, and that got more interesting, and the more I started looking at cars, the more bargains I found. And because we have a tyre and auto workshop and a detailing business, it all made sense that we could incorporate that into our businesses. And here we are. We have a stack of cars, some that I don't even think I'm going to get to the end of, but the more I'm finding, the more fun I'm having, and hopefully we can get to a point where we can fix a few of these, sell a few off, keep a few, and keep the momentum rolling. And I would like to get into some supercars at some stage when my YouTube journey can allow me to afford that. But until then, we'll just keep working on these shit boxes, doing the best we can with the funds that we have, and see where this takes us. So let's start with car number one, a car you're very familiar with, the Porsche Cayenne. Now, as you know, we bought two Porsches, a Porsche Cayenne and a Porsche Boxster. We paid $10K for these things. The idea for the Porsche Cayenne is obviously we're going to lift it. We want to be able to lift it 4 inches, put some 35s or 37s under it if we can, new rims, new tires, some spotlights, a rooftop tent. And I think we're going to do a dark green wrap or a camo wrap on this one. I think this is going to be a bit of a keeper, so I think once we do all the work, I might keep it for a little while. It may even be my new daily driver. We will see. Now next up is actually one of the fun cars to drive, the Porsche Boxster. Now the Porsche Boxster we know needs a lot of work, and this is going to be a bit of a money pit, but I do actually really like this car. I've never owned a Porsche before I bought these two anyway. As you know, it's got a lot of history, a lot of issues, dings, some mechanical work that needs doing, the interior needs doing, the cover needs doing. I don't know what's happened here, but there's about $1,000 here, maybe $1,000 inside, $1,000 in the engine. It's going to be a few $1,000 in this, some rims and tires. But it's going to be a fun car, and I think I want to wrap it matte red, maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this also may end up being a keeper because it's actually a lot of fun to drive. But I don't know. Now, next up, one of our Turo vehicles. So Turo is the car rental platform that we use where we put a few of our cars on, and this is the Mitsubishi Outlander. Now, the Mitsubishi Outlander is one of the nicest and easiest cars to drive. And it's actually been our most successful car on the Turo platform. 7-seater, good on fuel, easy to drive. Needs a bit of a clean before it gets picked up again tomorrow. Apple CarPlay, modern, so it got 72,000 Ks on it. It's a 20, let's going to tell us right there. 2020 model. So 2020 model, still lots of life left in it. It's actually a really, it's a really good size, versatile. If you're just traveling, people will rent it, they can put their bags in the back, or they have the 7 seats for the kids. So it's no wonder that it's one of the best cars. If you are looking at a new Mitsubishi, I think these are about 60k now, but they do come with a 10-year warranty, so there's that. Next up on the Turo fleet, the LDV T60. Now, we have 2 of these, actually 3, but 2 of them that we rent out on the platform. The other one we have for our manager of our store. He has a company car as well, the LDV T60. Now, for bang for buck, you're getting a decent quality car. This one just got back, so it needs a bit of a clean. It's only got a few thousand Ks, 8,000 Ks maybe on this one. All the modern tech. This car was $32,990, brand new with a 7-year warranty. So it's really hard to go past that, especially for a rental car. If I wanted an off-road 4-wheel drive car, would I get it? Maybe not, I don't know, depending on your budget. But for us and the car rental, it ticks a lot of boxes. We had no issue with these 2. As you know, the previous T60 that we had was an absolute rust bucket, and LDV gave us our money back. So that was enough for me to say not many manufacturers will be happy to refund your entire money, but they were. And so this is the second T60. We just got lucky today that every car is back before they go out again tomorrow. So the second T60, they rent really well. The only thing I haven't done is put a tonneau cover on the back, which I need to do so people can put their stuff in the back when it rains. They don't have an issue, but we'll get there. Now, next car was sort of one of the first ones we bought as a bit of a fun project. It's the Nissan Pulsar STS. Now, this is the one that's on the written off register. It's a repairable write-off, so we can repair it. Check out a video on that, but that's the damage in the front end. We've managed to secure a bunch of the parts. The only thing I haven't got yet is a new bonnet, which we're trying to locate. Hopefully we get one soon. But we paid $700 for this car. $700. Manual, turbo. It sounds fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think it'll be a keeper. This will be a fix up and sell type car once we have a bit of fun with it. But for 700 bucks, we're about 1,000 or 2 in parts, and then just our labor and time. We're going to be in it for about 4 or 5k, I think, and it's going to sell for about 10 grand-ish, hopefully. And this one, you guys know this one, the Mitsubishi Triton. Now, as you know, we picked up 2 of these at auction for $9,200 each. One was 9.2, one was 9.6, sorry. We've sold one, and this is the last one that hasn't been sold yet. I priced it a little bit high. I didn't respond to a few offers, and I just got a bit lazy, if I'm being totally honest. But it's all cleaned up, good to go. It is a bit of a freshen up, but good strong year. This one will sell at some stage, and that'll get some more money back in the kitty, but that's not a keeper. 100% we are selling this vehicle. Now we're going to show 2 cars here. One that we got off Facebook Marketplace, which we've already been through. That is the Mazda 6. Now this would have been an easy flip, except for some rust issues in there. The rest of the car is actually pretty tidy. I'm going to practice doing some paint work here. I haven't done a lot of panel work, but I'm excited to try that. Give it a tidy up, but this will be either we're going to fix this up and give it away to our local customers maybe, or a local family in need, I don't know, or we'll fix up and sell it. I haven't decided just yet. Now, while we're on this set of keys, last week we picked up another car, and we managed to pick up this RAV4 for $1,000 because the engine's got a hole in it, absolutely cooked. But the rest of the car's actually in pretty good condition. If I can get in there. So, decent quality car, auto, small SUV, Toyota RAV4. These things are hot property. It does have 200,000 Ks on it, but for $1,000, I've managed to get a new engine for $2,300 delivered. Now, obviously, no labor costs because we'll put that in ourselves, but the rest of the car's in really good condition. So I'm going to be in this car for about 3,000 or 4,000, I think, if all goes well with the engine swap. But as you know, not all engine swaps go well. Hopefully this one does, and this will be a sell 100%. I think I can make a few $1,000 on this, but time will tell. So the only other car that's not listed here, I think, is my manager's LDV T60, which we have as well. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My Hilux is 10, the MG 11, my wife's Patrol 12. I feel like I'm still missing one. Ah yes, the LDV D90, which is on hire, 13. And there's one more, not really a car, but one more project which we've tried to get off the ground a couple of times, has worked, but is still parked up again. And that is the buggy. Now we've replaced a lot of stuff on this thing. New brake lines, we just put a new carby in, and the next thing we are stuck with is the choke has nowhere to go. New fuel lines, we've done everything. Absolutely everything. It's turning over, but it just has, I believe, this choke needs to be plugged in for the whole thing to kick. Something's not working and it's getting very frustrating. We've got new Maxxis tires on it, new brake system. We've put a new wiring harness through it, rewired up to the top. So we're almost there. We want to have some fun. Obviously we're going to put a new seat in as well. But it just still doesn't want to turn over. It just does not want to go bang. And we're going to have a lot of fun in that thing. We did at some stage with the kids, but I'm running out of room and running out of time, and would love for that thing to be running so I can get it out of here and put it in the shed back at home, but hard yakka.